Capture the Crown are an Australian metalcore band formed in early 2010 after the breakup of another metalcore outfit, Atlanta Takes State. The band rose to fame when they released the music video for their song, You Call That a Knife, This Is a Knife, on YouTube. The band was signed to Sumerian Records in December 2012 but were dropped in October the following year. Since their formation they have issued one studio album, Til Death, which appeared on 3 Billboard component charts: Top Hard Rock, Top Heatseekers, and Top Independent Albums, and Reign of Terror, which charted at number 86 on the US Billboard 200. In August 2013 the group announced the proposed release of an extended play, Live Life, which was released on February 4, 2014. Later in 2014, they announced that they had signed with Artery Recordings. History Inception and Til Death formed in early 2010 in Sydney by Blake Ellis on guitar, J.Y.E. Menzies on guitar and Jeffrey Welfare on lead vocals. The band gained popularity through their YouTube channel, and first release You Call That a Knife? This Is a Knife, quickly reaching 5 million views in under 1 year. All three, Welfare, Menzies, and Ellis, were previously in another metalcore band, Atlanta Takes State. While their music video quickly rose them to popularity in the scene, it also gained them criticism for resembling other bands in the genre, such as Asking Alexandria. Their original drummer, Tyler March, is the only member not from Australia, being from Carlisle, Pennsylvania in the United States. The other members met him online and he was asked to join. Chris Sheehan joined in 2011, having played in Curse at 27 with Welfare. 4 months later, on March 11, 2012, the band released their second single, Oi Matooth, which features guest vocals by Dennis Shaffer-Rostov, from the band Make Me Famous at that time. The video reached almost 500,000 views in under 6 months. A month later, a cover of Jason Derulo One Quarter Low's song In My Head was released, followed by the band's 4th single, Ladies and Gentlemen. I Give You Hell, released July 1, 2012, reaching 350,000 views in just under 2 months. On August 20, 2012, the band announced that they were supporting Woe Is Me's Talk Your S. We'll Give You a Reason tour, with fellow supporting acts Chunk. No, Captain Chunk. Our Last Night, Secrets, and The Seeking. On November 19 that year, the band was announced as part of Mice and Men's 2013 U.S. headlining tour with fellow acts Woe Is Me, Texas in July, and volumes from mid-January to early February. On November 24, 2012 the band announced their debut album, Til Death, on December 18, which they would be self-releasing and have pre-order packages set up on the band's web store. With the announcement the band revealed the album's artwork and track listing. By December 3, 2012 the band had signed with Sumerian Records, which would issue their forthcoming album. Along with the announcement, a music video for Ladies and Gentlemen, I Give You Hell appeared. On December 13 the band began streaming a new single from their forthcoming album, RVG, via YouTube. On December 18, 2012 the band's debut album, Til Death, was released, which had been recorded at Chango Studios and produced and mixed by Cameron Mizel and mastered by Joey Sturgis. It appeared on 3 Billboard component charts: Top Hard Rock, Top Heatseekers, and Top Independent Albums. Live Life and dropped from Sumerian. On March 11, 2013 the band were announced to embark on Crown the Empire's first headlining tour, the Generation Now Tour, from 7 to May 26 of that year, with fellow acts Palisades, Heartist and Famous Last Words. On April 3, 2013 the band were announced as one of the initial bands for Vans Warped Tour UK alongside Rise Against, Yellow Card, Billy Talent, Real Friends and Crossfaith. The UK Warped Tour appearance took place on 16 and 17 November at London's Alexandra Palace for the second year in a row. On April 4, 2013 the band were announced to play the 2013 All-Stars Tour with fellow acts Every Time I Die, Chelsea Grin, Veil of Maya, Terror, Stray from the Path, I Were Wrestled a Beerance, For All Those Sleeping and Day Shell. They were joined by Volumes, and by Structures on select dates. On May 20 the group streamed their new single, Rebirth featuring Tyler Tell Smith of The Word Alive. The single is from their proposed forthcoming EP, All Hype All Night. The band will be releasing their new single on May 21. On July 17 the band announced the All Hype All Night tour beginning on August 31 through September with support acts, Secrets, Ice Nine Kills, My Ticket Home and City in the Sea. On August 29 the band were announced to play the 2013 Scream It Like You Mean It tour after a schedule was leaked alongside other acts like Moths to Flames, Hawthorne Heights and I Am King. Later that day the band released a lyric video for their next single, All Hype All Night, via Alternative Press. The band's forthcoming EP was announced as coming soon through Sumerian Records. On October 30, 2013, Sumerian Records announced that they had dropped Capture the Crown from their roster, with the statement, "We are now ready to let you know that we will be parting ways with Capture the Crown due to musical creative differences. We wish them the best of luck in their future endeavors." The band provided their own statement, "We would like to thank Sumerian Records for everything their unregistered trademark they helped us with over the span of our business relationship. In this time we were able to release our debut album, move to the US, tour with such great bands like Of Mice and Men, Every Time I Die, Chelsea Grin, Story of the Year and Volumes to name a few. Regardless of our current situation, the band is currently working on a brand new full-length album which you will hear more about in the near future. This may be the end of something good, but unregistered trademark is also the start of something amazing." On November 9 the band announced that they would be cancelling their UK tour, but that they have been working really hard on a new album and will be heading into the studio in January. On December 3, 2013 the band announced that they have launched a $10,000 Indiegogo campaign to fund their EP, Live Life, that they had been working on while a part of Sumerian Records. Your Next Day the band an unmastered version of the track, Live Life from their forthcoming EP, with this song being the first release by the band not through Sumerian Records. On December 14, 2013 they were announced to support on Attila's The New Kings tour from late January through February with fellow acts I See Stars, Ice Nine Kills and Mika, Relocate. Label change, Reign of Terror, and lineup instability. On December 22, 2013, Blake Ellis announced his departure from the band on his personal Facebook page with a statement. It is with great sadness that due to recent events I will no longer be playing bass for Capture the Crown, a band that I formed and have been in since the very beginning. 2 days later the band released a picture via Twitter announcing that Gus Farias of the band Volumes would be providing guest vocals on a song from their forthcoming EP. On January 5, 2014 Matt Good tweeted that he would be producing Capture the Crown's new album alongside producer Taylor Larson in DC. The following day the band announced that they had crowdfunded double their initial funding goal of $10,000 with $22,207. They will now be able to retrieve the rights to their already recorded EP, Live Life, and are now heading into the studio to begin recording their new album. Following being dropped from Sumerian Records, the band announced on April 9, 2014, they would be signed by Artery Recordings. Capture the Crown is proud to announce that we unregistered trademark now a part of the Artery Recordings family. We unregistered trademark insanely stoked to be working with the label staff and alongside the many artists on their roster. In saying this, we are currently finishing up our second full-length album which will be released shortly. We can't unregistered trademark wait to show you what the real Capture the Crown is capable of. On June 2, 2014 the band announced that their new album Reign of Terror will be released on August 5, 2014. On June 9, 2014, the band released the song To Whom It May Concern, the first single from the album. The band later released 2 more songs from the album I Hate You, and Make War, Not Love feat. Alex Correa from Chelsea Grin Reign of Terror was released on August 5 and charted at number 86 on the Billboard 200 in the US. In October 2014 guitarist J.Y.E. Menzies announced he had left the band, citing the band becoming a negative force in his life as a reason for his departure. It was later announced by JYE through Twitter. Fellow guitarist Chris Sheehan and drummer Tyler March had also left the band. Since then, the band released an official statement on October 17 on their Facebook page stating, "Hi guys. Word is starting to get around that there have been changes made to Capture the Crown's lineup. This is true, but what is also true is that we are looking forward and moving ahead full force onto the next, bigger and better chapter of Capture the Crown." Chris Sheehan, JYE Menzies and Tyler March are no longer a part of CTC and we wish them all the best in their future endeavors. This band started touring in late 2012. Since the beginning not a single member has made a single cent. From day one, the band has been in copious amounts of debt. Factors contributing to the debt: the big one is relocating from Australia to the United States. Moving a touring band across the world is a very serious undertaking and a lot of money is used in the process. Think of it as a start-up investment. Along with relocating, unfortunate luck with reoccurring vehicle issues on top of numerous other factors have not put us into a great place financially. With that said, not being paid or seeing any financial gains for almost 3 years is extremely rough. I would like to think that this is a huge contributor to the departure of these members. Having said all of that, we are currently on the A You're Not Your American Idols tour. There are some new faces and personalities in the family and in all honesty it has never been better. For now we'd like to officially welcome Maurice Moffat on bass, Ryan Cerruti on drums and Kyle Devaney on guitar. For second guitar, we currently have a close friend filling those shoes and we will be announcing them shortly. Capture the Crown have started writing new material, we have some big announcements and a whole lot on the horizon. Capture the Crown are here to stay, it's time to finally kick some ass. Jeffrey Welfare. It was also announced by the band on October 26 that the other new guitarist is Mitch Rogers. They also announced that they are currently writing new material, although they did not specify if it is an EP or a full album, with both an album and an EP being released by them in 2014. Silently in 2015, Joe Abacare replaced Ryan Cerruti on drums, starting from their first ever Australian tour. Band members. Timeline. Discography, studio albums, Til Death, Reign of Terror, EPs, Live Life. Singles, Ladies and Gentlemen. I Give You Hell, Oi Matooth, In My Head, RVG, Rebirth, Live Life, To Whom It May Concern, I Hate You, Make War, Not Love. Videography, You Call That a Knife? This Is a Knife. Ladies and Gentlemen. I Give You Hell, Bloodsuckers, Firestarter. See also. Music of Sydney. References. External links, Capture the Crown on Facebook.